In your mind, what do you think the best financial strategy to start your wealth building journey is? Is it investing consistently and early? Is it Bitcoin? Is it index funds or private equity? Or is it marrying rich? Oh man, could be that. Could be that. These are all great ideas. No, the answer is none of these. The single greatest financial strategy when starting out is giving. And you might be thinking, huh, what the freak? I'll tell you why. Okay, so first, the main thing that giving does is it breaks your scarcity mindset. So you may be thinking, Nick, I only make $1,000 a paycheck and I am living paycheck to paycheck. That's okay. What we can do is, and what I want to explain is why giving even just a small amount of your paycheck or of your income will be the best financial strategy for you. Okay, so let's get into what made me start. So whenever I got paid, and I have a note in my phone that has these numbers. So for example, like if I get paid today, if I got a paycheck or whatever, for just for simple math, $2,000. This is my paycheck. I have a note going back in my phone, just a running note of all of my paychecks since like 2020, 2019. So like 5, 6 years, 7 years now, of this breakdown that I'm just about to show you. So the first thing that I would do when I would get my paycheck is I would allot a certain percentage for giving. Okay. So just for an example, let's do 5% for an example. I currently give 10% of my income, and you might think that I'm crazy, but I feel so good, and I'll tell you why I feel so good in a second. So this is how I do it. I just do a percentage. So a percentage is super important. The reason and the amount. So 5% give $100. Then I say, okay, great. Let's do 15%, save, and invest or whatever, right? So it's $300. Now let's go another 40% or whatever for the mortgage, right? And keep in mind, this is a paycheck, okay? So it's not monthly, so definitely adapt these numbers monthly. So 40% goes to mortgage, which is 800. Okay, so now we're at 60% of our paycheck already has its destination. So pick the destination, okay? Then from there we have, let's think 10% eating out. So that's $200. Another 10% for entertainment, especially if you have like kids or a small family. 200. Like we're giving a percentage, okay? And let's see here. So we have 20, 40, 80, so 20% left. All right, so let's say, oh yeah, like when you think about this, 10% goes to utilities, $200, and then let's say like 8% goes to car payment. So is that 160? Now we have 2% left, which goes to 2% goes to travel or whatever. Oh yeah, travel can go to like gas. Like this is kind of doesn't really make sense, but for your car, gas for your car. This doesn't really make sense, but this is just an example of the breakdown that I would do. And this is actually kind of similar. Like I would do less on entertainment when I was younger, more on gas and groceries or whatever. Obviously, I didn't have a mortgage when I was 20, but this is what I did. So I would give every single dollar, every single percentage a destination, and the first one would be giving. The reason I did that was because If I gave first, then that money is gone. I cannot get it back. If I invest, I can always sell and put it back in my bank account. If I buy a car, I can always sell the car. If I allocate it to eating out, I can always just not eat out or whatever. But when I give, like, that money is gone. That money is in the hands of like the charity or the church or whatever that I donate to, or the cause or whatever it is, right? So this is how you become like super intentional with your money. Okay, so this is the first thing that I would do. So do this, pause the video, and do this with your last paycheck. So pull up your paycheck, and also think about like how intentional you were with every dollar, because I literally gave every dollar just now a destination. So please do that, and then say, okay, like, what can I give now? So when you decide to give, you're basically telling like the universe, like, I have enough, so I give. Because like, if you really think about it, like, do you have enough? Like, ask yourself that. So you've also heard the advice, which I really love, which is save until it hurts. So if you're saving 10% now and it's super comfortable, then consider going to 15%. And then if that gets comfortable and you feel like you're going to level up, then go to 22% or whatever it is. Okay. So like, always like save until it hurts. Because like the hurt is basically just like until you're kind of like, holy cow, am I able to save this much? Once you ask yourself that, that's how much it hurts, or that's when it like hurts or whatever. But now, for the saving, or excuse me, for the giving, I live by give until fulfilled. So if you're giving 1% or 0%, consider raising that to maybe 1% for now. Okay. And if you're giving 1% of your paycheck away, more or less, and if you're not sure, you're probably giving a smaller percentage than you think. But then from there, you can go 4% or 10% or whatever it is. Okay. And you may be thinking like 10%, that's freaking so much. This is actually what I donate. I donate like 10 to 12% of my paycheck every paycheck, basically. And I am very intentional with the other 90, 89, 88% of the money that I have. And I am able to do it, and I love it, and I'm fulfilled. Okay. So if you're giving 0%, 1%, 2% of your paycheck away, and you're not fulfilled, don't buy another toy, don't buy a bigger TV, don't buy a faster car, don't buy more makeup or whatever, or better, just a better anything, like a better thing that wastes your money, because that won't give you fulfillment. What will give you fulfillment is basically just giving. Okay. So again, start out with something small. So if you're at 0%, go to 1%. So if you're making $2,000 a paycheck, that's $20. And if you're at 1%, consider going to like 3 or 4%, right? Just something good. Okay. So again, 3 or 4% of this is like $60 to $80 on a $2,000 paycheck. And if it's less, it's okay. I started doing this when I was making $14 an hour, making like $500 a paycheck or $700 paycheck, whatever it was. Like, I was working part-time and I was in school, I was in college. So pick a charity, pick a religion. If you have a church, pick a cause, pick a restaurant, like a waiter, so you can give them large tips. Hand it out to like people in need, like if they're homeless, or if you just want to like pay for somebody's groceries or something like that. All of these are amazing ideas, but giving is, again, the best financial strategy to start your wealth journey. So Thank you all so much, and I hope this helps.